One more time, I'm gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, oh, Robbie, stop the dancing. One more time, I'm gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, oh, Robbie, stop the dancing. One more time, I'm gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, oh, Robbie, stop the dancing. One more time.
Hello everyone, I'm Dick Crippen, Senior Advisor with the Tampa Bay Rays and a longtime member of the Board of Directors here at Parc. And I want to welcome you to this, the first ever virtual black tie event. Now most of you know that the black tie event in St. Petersburg is pretty well known. It's been around for a lot of years and it's a major fundraiser for Parc. And this year it's different. A lot of things are different. And this is adapted as a virtual event. And exactly how is that going to work? Well, that's where you come in. Parc's virtual black tie event will be a presentation of a lot of different things about Parc. You're going to hear inspiring stories. You're going to hear how you can help. You're going to hear where your money goes when you donate to Parc. It's all part of what we want to present to you so you know better what's happening at Parc, because it is amazing. The programs they have here, the way they run the programs, it's amazing. And you know what? Even with COVID-19, they came through with flying colors and they're still adapting and they're doing great. So, anytime between now and Friday, December 11th at 9:30 p.m., you can log on to parc-fl.org to bid on our online auction and or donate. Either way, this is an interactive event. So be sure to post on social media while you're watching and then tag Parc, P-A-R-C, and use the hashtag PARCVBT. So whether you're dressed up or dressed down, let's have some fun. Get your signature drink and just relax and enjoy and learn about Parc. You know, at Parc we use a lot of volunteers, and in some cases they're parents and volunteers. We have one such person in Mike, and Mike is one of those people that had to make a decision that is extremely hard for a parent to make. But listen to the result of it, because he made it and he's happy he did.
When Taylor was 2, we determined that she had what's called Angelman syndrome. And it's a chromosome defect. And she's essentially a 2-year-old in a 23-year-old body. When she was 4 years old, she kicked out the window in her room and started crawling through the backyard towards the pond at 2 in the morning. And fortunately, my neighbor was in his backyard. He scoops her up and knocks on our front door frantically and brings her inside. And that was when we had to make the decision to find or get support. My wife and I couldn't stay up and take care of her 24/7, and it was becoming too much for us. It was probably the most difficult thing for any parent to do, is to turn your 5-year-old over to an organization and drive away. I mean, we cried ourselves to sleep for nights and nights. But something magical happened. We had her over the weekend, about 3 weeks into it, and we were pulling into Parc and walking her up the driveway, or carrying her up the driveway, and from inside, one of the caseworkers said, "Oh, our little girl is here today." And my wife and I just melted away all our fears. And ever since then, it's been, such a great experience for Taylor. Has thrived here. She can't walk, but the people at Parc have been able to train her to use a walker, which has been very helpful for her. She requires somebody to help her to go to the bathroom, to eat. She can't talk, so she can't communicate, but they've developed ways to communicate with her that we couldn't have done. The people that take care of her, I just don't know how they do it, for 10 and 12 hours at a time. But when you talk to them, they're all positive and happy to be here. And my daughter absolutely loves the people at Parc. She giggles when they walk into the room. We'll get pictures of her on the 49-yard line at the Tampa Stadium, and that's not something that we could provide her. Or she's at the zoo, and I like to tell my friends her social calendar is busier than mine, which is great for her, because we just wouldn't be able to do some of the things that Parc is able to offer our family. And these people are experts. We were just kind of learning as we went along. And for us to be able to have them help her and develop her to her maximum potential, that's not something that my wife and I are capable of doing. I mean, maybe after she was 24 years old, we'd be able to say, we know how to do this, but we'd essentially have to learn on her. And that wouldn't be fair to her. She's so much further along than had she been at our house. She's, the most fragile person in our community. These people need more help than anybody else. And that's what the donated dollars or the funds go to, is to help the people that are so vulnerable in our community. Your valuable donations are going a long way here. And that I've had the pleasure of watching this organization for the past 18 years and what it's done for my daughter and my family. And I just give it high marks all the way along. They're such an amazing organization. Parc's a godsend. I can't tell you, this is hard for me to say, but we wouldn't be able to have more children. I mean, she was 24/7. We were going through caseworkers or support staff, once every couple of weeks or months. For us to be able to grow our family, I was able to travel and accept other positions. Had I had to stay home and care for Taylor, I wouldn't be able to accept those positions. So it's been a real blessing for my family. We can rest at ease that she's in the very best place.
Mark Myers is a longtime St. Petersburg resident and also very active in the community throughout. Right now, Mark is serving as the chairman of the board here at Parc. And when I first met Mark, I wanted to know why and how did he get involved?
After I retired from a long career, I got a call from a good friend of mine of many years that worked here at Parc and asked if I'd be interested in joining the board. And I said, well, let me come down and talk to the good people at Parc, and I did that, and I was just blown away by all the various programs and the things that they're doing here to help folks, and so I was hooked at that point. Parc is so focused on getting the community to really appreciate the basic notion that people with disabilities to focus on what they can do and not what they can't do. And that's so very important. And I think Parc has shown over the years that there's a path forward for folks with disabilities that's inclusion in the community. And really that's the key to success and being a part of the community and not being sort of kept off to one side. You know, you think about Parc has been around since the 1950s, and in the early days there was no programs for parents, there was no safety net for folks, and so Parc has really been a pioneer from the very beginning and really creating the kind of programs that are necessary, and today has the full menu and really is a best of class in what they provide to the community, from residential care to education, training, providing supportive living and independent living and supportive employment. So really the whole range of things is what they now are able to offer to clients, which is huge. And you know, it really just, it helps the community see what the possibilities are and really to appreciate, you know, how the folks here can really make a difference in the community. We're so blessed to have so many members of the community that support Parc, you know, so many businesses, agencies, the arts community. We are so blessed that they all reach out and give us so many opportunities for that inclusion of our folks. So it's really a great two-way street. A number of different ways that we've interfaced with the community that have been just tremendous. You know, that's in addition to the school that we operate here and providing education and training and therapies for parents and for the children that come here, as well as just, you know, the whole socialization and teaching so many other skills to the clients that are so important for them to really mainstream into society as much as possible.
Two ladies that know a lot about Parc because they're working with it every day, and that's Karen Higgins, who's the president and CEO of Parc, and also Brooke Fairman. And Brooke is the now Chief Advancement Officer for Parc. And they talk about some of the obstacles that Parc has had to overcome.
The impact on COVID hit Parc almost immediately. For the health and the safety of everybody that we served, mid-March, we decided that we needed to close our programs. We knew it was the right thing, but it was so hard. You should have heard the first round of parents, particularly the children. They were beginning to establish furloughs in their own companies. Children all of a sudden didn't have daycare or school to go to. Decisions had to be made whether they were going to stay home and provide caregiving. On the adults, routines severely broken, routines that are cherished and loved by so many of the adults that we serve. You remember yourself, you go into the studio and you see all the painting and you see the production in the Building 5, gone overnight, now home with no routines. And the biggest impact, of course, was for the individuals that weren't receiving services, for Parc, being a robust and amazing organization serving 700 children and adults to none on this campus, but providing for 94 residents in the homes. And that was spectacular feat on our part, and felt very, very lucky and blessed to do that. Imagine being on the autism spectrum and every Sunday you see your mom and then you get to go for a ride after you see her. No more. No more. Imagine the confusion of being able to see your mom on a tablet now and say hi, but not understand why you can't see them. When we started in March, we went 14 days. We're all going to be through this in a short time. Well, maybe a month or two. Well, maybe July, maybe August, and we're still feeling and reeling from the impact of COVID. One of the big things, of course, is how do we reinvent ourselves overnight? And you know what? We did.
You know, it's interesting for me because I moved here from Rhode Island, in the middle of May, right? So we were thick into it. And for me, I was so excited to be here and see everything in progress. And I had taken this job and moved here because of the mission of Parc and all that it does for its people, both children and adults alike. And terribly hard for me was not being able to see these people, to hug these people, to hold their hands. And they would just, you know, weren't able to be with you. And never mind me, who's a new person coming to town, they can't do that with their own parents.
The fact that we provide services to the children and adults, the interaction of the staff and each other is so valuable. Even in the community where that has changed and impact, and over the 100 people that we serve on jobs and living on their own, that was the biggest impact I think for all of us, is we moved from face-to-face conversations and activities, and we moved to tablets and Zoom and electronic. And that is a blessing in itself, but still an impact. And the resiliency of the families and the staff here at Parc were amazing. Our stellar art department started doing Zoom classes for art and singing and all kinds of participation. The teachers go, I know how to do this. We're going to have Zoom classes. Are we resilient? Yes. The shift to virtual has been a gift. It really has been. But the new way that we're adapting is a safe way to bring people together in smaller groups. So imagine distancing, imagine small groups. Our challenge right now is how can we serve more people? You've seen that.
Right, right. And never mind, how can we raise more money? Because this has not been an easy time financially for anyone. And when you look at, you know, bringing in 50% of the people that we've normally been here, that normally come on a daily basis, and the children who can't even come, all of that is operating money that we're not getting.
While we're on staff, I want you to meet Brian Rothy. Now, Brian is the Assistant Vice President of Community Programs. That is a job that involves a lot of different areas. I want them to talk a little bit to you about community engagement and also some life experiences for the clients.
To start, I have a younger brother who has a developmental disability. His name's Charlie. He has Down syndrome and he has right hemiparalysis. So when he turned 6 months old, my mother signed him up for the Discovery Learning Center here at Parc. So I can remember way back when, I think I may have been 4 or 5 years old, we would come to Parc and pick him up or drop him off in the morning, and that's kind of how it all got started. It's an incredible service, it's an incredible school. He gained so much from that. Early intervention, the physical therapy, the speech therapy, occupational therapies that he was offered at 6 months old, it was crucial, to his developmental years. And it did wonders for our family. It's not something that, us as children, my sister and my brothers and I were prepared for. It's nothing that we knew of. Just growing up, that was our normal, that was our life. Parc is an absolute leader in our community, first and foremost. We offer children's services. We offer a Life Skills Development 3 program, which is better known as Adult Day Training. We have a supported employment department. We have an independent living program where we teach and coach individuals with developmental disabilities to live and flourish on their own within the community. We have arts programs within our Adult Day Training program. We have musical programs, vocational training programs that teaches individuals employment skills, soft skills, really sets them in a diverse work culture. In our supported employment department, we offer a full service of employment opportunities to individuals with developmental disabilities. We start with individuals on job development is what we could call that. We start in phase 1 where we teach individuals proper attire to wear, how to speak during an interview. We hold mock interviews. We partner with community partners, their human resource departments, and actually sit through an official interview just to prepare an individual for what that's like out in the community. We have individuals who have been on the job for more than 30 years. Some of the compliments that we receive are that individuals are dependable, they're motivated, they're never late, they show up all the time. They love going to work every day. They love the family that they've created, the friends that they've made. They love the impact that they have on that business. That's one of the programs that our Adult Day Training program or Life Skills Development offers, is those vocational training opportunities to really prepare someone for community-based employment at or above minimum wage. So we'll bring in contracts from the community and we'll provide a good and service and bill for that. So it allows the individuals that come to campus to work, have a meaningful daytime activity, and at the same time earn at least minimum wage doing that. We definitely could not do the things that we do here at Parc, on campus, off campus, without community support. We have groups that go out into the community daily. We have our adult community programs who live and work within the community, and that, the saying, it takes a village, it really does take a village to make that happen. We would not be where we are today without the community support that we have and the partnerships and friendships that we've built.
So I'm Christina Langston. My daughter's Alexandria Langston. She's 3 years old. She's been with Parc for a year now. She likes to play at the park, color, play outside, play with her babies. She loves school. She did her assessment at 24 months, and they said she was mute. I was kind of worried about it at first because I didn't know if it was really going to go through, like she was actually going to learn anything, because she runs around and doesn't pay attention to nothing. But she actually talks now.
Whoa! 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 Mommy, hit me!
moving. I didn't think she'd actually get that far. It was the best decision. It was, honestly, I don't think my daughter would be talking if I didn't put her with her. And I know Christy really worked really hard, especially during the pandemic. Like, she worked really hard with my daughter, trying everything over that computer screen. I tell everybody about this place, so I've told actually a few of my friends about therapy. I'm happy with her progress, where she's at in her learning. At daycare now, they can't get her to stop talking because she never stops.
Parc has so many wonderful services that they provide for the community. I'm just one small example of what they do. I'm involved with some of the fundraising with Parc, and I get to see behind the scenes how passionate they are for the people at Parc and for their employees. And it's delightful for me and my family to watch them and watch their passion to help the people that they're caring for.
The special sauce here at Parc is the people. And if you ever come here and get to meet the people and see how dedicated they are to what they do, it's not a job for most of the people that work here, it's a mission. And it's a mission to serve those that need their help. And they are so incredibly talented in that ability, and generous and patient in how they deal with the folks that work, that come here. And so that's really what makes it all work here at Parc. We've got a lot of great programs, but it's really the people that make it all happen.
You know, Parc's mission is to provide children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities the opportunity to experience life to the fullest and be as independent as possible within the community. I would tell them that we have well over 40 different programs and services that we offer to more than 800 individuals throughout the Pinellas County area or St. Petersburg area. I would go into support some of my passionate programs and services, much like supported employment, where we work with individuals from start to finish and then follow along for the rest of their life, or for as long as they needed it. Proper placement and the ability to live independently and move into their own apartment and get out of mom and dad's house, which is the same thing that you or I would want in our life. Offering individuals the opportunity to access their community, really feel important, and as if they were, and they truly are, a part of giving back to the community and paying their taxes.
Our staff here at Parc is absolutely amazing. They do things that I just can't even comprehend, and they have responded during this particular situation we've been in the last couple of months just unbelievably. We can't give them enough thanks, and I know you'll appreciate what they've done as you meet Bianca. Bianca is actually one of our members on staff, and you can sense in her voice the passion that she has for the job, but also the passion she has for the clients that she works with.
The kind of work I do is I help residents with their daily living. We do activities with them daily. We assist them, monitor them, make sure they're okay, and make sure they're doing things that they would never experience before. We try to keep them in a good mood and positive. What motivates me is to see them smiling. When I come in, they always greeting me. They always just welcoming me, and I'm like, wow. And they know my schedule better than I know my schedule. So it's just very, it's a good experience. They help me actually through the day, knowing, showing love and caring and just genuinely love that they shows me is very motivating. They actually motivate me also. They always interact, they help cooking, they love to bake, just so much that they just happy for it. And I'm like, wow, they motivate me to be happy because they just happy, and it's fun for me to be interacting with them and them helping me, and yes, it's very, very fun. I don't be surprised what they can do. I just try to make sure they do it. They all have a motto of who they are. So when you go in each of their rooms, you know who they all got a signature. I know that ones make me laugh. How that person walks, how that person communicate with me, and how we joke around, and how he always he's very funny. It's a great, great, great organization. Great. I just love it. It's really great.
It's time to jump in to say something, and I don't want to forget to say this, and it is about our staff. I've used the word resilience, and the staff that have been amazing. The frontline staff at Parc make Parc. They're here every day making it happen so that people are enjoying themselves, happy. We heard something the other day where someone said, do you know why I do this? You know why? For the individuals we serve. This is why I do what I do. And I think that's the hallmark of what we do.
Right, and without donors like all of you, we cannot be who we really need to be. And I know you all will help us, and we're really, truly grateful.
I would say that, your valuable donations are going a long way here, and that I've had the pleasure of watching this organization for the past 18 years and what it's done for my daughter and my family, and I just give it high marks all the way along. They're such an amazing organization.
I would be remiss if I didn't suggest that we do all this with the generosity of our donors and sponsors, and we need your help. It doesn't end. With COVID and all the issues that we're facing, we need donations, and we need your help to continue to provide the quality of programs that Parc is known for. So please be generous and help us to continue with our programs.
We talk about Parc as you as the individual, and you are capable.
To all of our donors, I ask you, from the bottom of my heart and Parc's heart, to please consider Parc on top of every other organization I know that you all work with, but please consider Parc for all that we do for the people we serve.
When you consider Parc and make part of your life, you're making over 800 people and 400 employees as part of your life. We have a saying here that we believe, and we have actions that prove it. Together we are Parc, and together we can do anything.
I want to thank you. You have really made a difference over the years for Parc, and I'm looking to you to make another difference right now. We're really appreciative of all the support that you give us. You take care of children, you take care of adults, you provide lifelong experiences for them. Yes, you make a difference through Parc. So now remember, be sure to log on and post social media photos of you and your black tie experience tonight okay? And I want you to use the tagline PARC, Park, and also the hashtag PARCVBT, Park Virtual Black Tie. You can also bid on the auction items anytime until Friday, December 11th at 9:30 p.m. And of course, you can donate anytime online. Please know how much we appreciate your participation tonight and your participation in Parc. It means everything to the kids and the adults here at this facility. We want you to stay on board with us and be with us right through the year. Right now, though, we want to thank you for viewing, and we want to thank all those who participated, the committees, the sponsors, and everyone. Have a good day.
All night long, all night, all night, all night long, all night, all night long, oh yeah. Body up, say that you remember. Body up, dancing in September. Body up, never was a cloudy day. See that you and me dance, dance, dance. Look at creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. Don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh.